Hi guys, it's Hanny from Eclipse All Sports and I'm excited to be bringing you our first cricket ball video review. Today we're going to be looking at 5 or 6 cricket balls, and basically we're going to be having a look at the different responses off the bat, and then we're going to be chopping them open and just seeing what they're actually made up of, what their construction is and what materials are on the inside. And hopefully we can try and establish why some balls are a little bit more expensive and why some balls seem a little bit harder and they seem a little bit more dense and they don't come off the cricket bat as nicely. So we'll start off, we're going to be looking at the HS 5-star cricket ball, and this is supposedly HS's premium cricket ball. This was sent in by one of our customers, so thank you for that. So we're going to be chopping this one open later, but first of all we'll see how it taps up. This is a new cricket bat. This is a Nemesis G1 from Eclipse All Sports. This is available on our website. We've got a few of our cricket bats left, so if you want to check that out, go to the website, guys. So I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it's coming off a little bit tinny and it feels a little bit hard. So yeah, it doesn't feel as sweet. It's coming off a little bit tinny, this ball. And the next one we've got is the Isan, and this is the Inferno 350. So this is probably their medium level cricket ball, so we'll just see how this one comes off. This one probably feels a little bit harder than the HS 5-star cricket ball, but this one's a lower quality than the HS 5-star cricket ball, so that's probably a little bit more understandable. But it feels very hard, very dense, and again I can imagine this causing some damage to a new cricket bat if used. So the next one we have is a Raji Sports cricket ball, and this is a Grade A Supreme County. So this is probably his top end cricket ball, so we'll just see what this one sounds like. Again, don't know if you can hear that, but that's coming off very hard. That's coming off very hard. So that one feels really hard, really dense, probably as hard and as dense as the Inferno cricket ball. The next one is our league cricket ball. This is what we use in the Central Yorkshire Cricket League, and this is a Sovereign. This is a Sovereign Special Edition cricket ball from Readers. This one's been tapped up a few times doing video reviews, and as you can see the varnish on it has cracked, and we're sponsored by All Round Cricket. So this is the ball that we use, and these cost around about £18.50, so they're a fairly expensive cricket ball. So we'll just see how this one sounds. So it's coming off not as hard as the other ones, it sounds a little bit sweeter, but to be honest, after using this cricket ball for a season last year, we felt that these cricket balls were a little bit harder than what we'd used previously, but they're no way as hard as the Pakistani cricket balls that we've just been testing, and in my opinion these would be considered quite a hard cricket ball, but they hold the shape well. So yeah, and these ones sound a lot sweeter and not as hard as the Pakistani cricket balls that I've just been tapping up. So this one comes off much better, and you can tell that this one is a better quality cricket ball in my opinion. Next up is the Eclipse All Sports cricket ball. This is a sample cricket ball we've been sent in, and this is a Test Crown cricket ball. So this is considered the manufacturer's best cricket ball that they produce. So yeah, we've got it labelled up with Eclipse All Sports, so we're going to be testing this out. First thing that's noticeable, it doesn't feel as hard and as heavy, so we're going to be weighing these cricket balls up shortly, and we'll just see what they're weighing at. To be honest, it's coming off fairly well, but it probably feels quite hard, but let's just see if it sounds as hard as the HS 5-star. So that's the HS 5-star, which is probably the second hardest. And that's the Eclipse All Sports. And let's see what the Inferno feels like. So definitely the Inferno 350 is definitely the hardest for me. And then it's going to be the HS. And then let's tap this up. Maybe the Raj cricket ball and the HS cricket ball are about the same. And then I reckon the Sovereign cricket ball and the Eclipse All Sports sample cricket ball, they seem around about the same density and the same hardness. They're coming off the bat very similar. So when we chop them open, we'll see if the construction is similar. So that'll be interesting to see. Also, this is the one that we've been testing. This is from the company that have produced the Eclipse All Sports sample. We've been testing this one out in the nets. And if you have a look, it's kept its shape really well. It's probably been bowled for about 60-70 overs in nets, and it's been smashed against some walls. It's taken a bit of damage, as you can see. It's been hit against a few brick walls in nets, and obviously the conditions indoor, they're going to be much more abrasive, and the surface is much harder than what you'd face on an English wicket, which is normally quite soft. So yeah. There is a few signs of wear. The stitching there's come a little bit loose, but this is after 60-70 overs of indoor cricket. So overall, been quite impressed with this sample cricket ball. It's held up well, so we're going to be chopping this open today as well and finding out what's in this cricket ball and if it's the same as the other samples that we've received. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting review. We'll just weigh them now. So right, we're going to weigh each of the balls individually. So we'll start off with the HS 5-star cricket ball, and they're all supposed to be about 5.5 pounds. So we'll see what this one's coming in at. So this one's 5.7 ounce. So that's the HS 5-star. Next one is the Isan Inferno 350. So we'll see what that's weighing in at. Again, that one's 5.7 ounce. So both Pakistani balls are weighing in at 5.7 ounce. And then we've got the Raji Supreme County 5.5 ounce cricket ball. So we'll see what this one's weighing in at. So that one's, the Raji ball's a little bit lighter, 5.6 ounce. The next one is the Reader's Sovereign Special Edition cricket ball, so we'll see what this one's weighing in at. So that one again is weighing same as the Isan and the HS at 5.7 ounce. And then we've got the Eclipse All Sports sample cricket ball, so we'll see what this one's weighing in at. So this one's weighing the same as the Isan and the HS at 5.6 ounce. So they're the closest to the 5.5 ounce weight. So that's all the cricket balls weighed up. So next we're going to be chopping open the cricket balls and seeing what kind of construction they have, and then we'll determine if the balls are made slightly differently and what actually contributes to the different attributes in terms of the hardness and the sound that they make off the cricket bat. Right guys, so the balls have been chopped open and there's been a few surprises in terms of what's actually in the ball. So we'll start off with the HS 5-star. As you can see, this is the HS 5-star cricket ball. So if you have a quick look at the construction inside, you've got layers down towards the centre, and then in the middle you've got a cork insert there. So basically you've got a cork ball inside, and then you've just got layers of this thinner cork in between string. So if you have a look there, so you've got layers of string with cork over the top. and then on the outside you've basically got just string twine going around the ball, and then you've got your leather cap over the top, and that's basically making up the HS 5-star cricket ball. So we'll just weigh the centre and see what this is weighing in at. So you can have a closer look at that. So yeah, you've got quite a few layers there, and in between each of those layers, I hope you can see, you just got the same string going round, and then in the centre you've got your cork in the centre. So we'll just see what this is weighing, and we're looking at 3.6 ounce for that. And then you've got 2 ounce for that, so that's a total of 1.9 for that. So that makes up the weight of the cricket ball. And the one that surprised me the most was the Isan. This is the Isan Inferno 350. So yeah, chop this one open, and basically you've got what, it's not exactly cork, it's very hard, very dense, and it's more like a dog chew ball, and then you've got a couple of strands of string around over the top, and that's all that makes up this cricket ball. So I'll just try and pull the other part out, and then we can weigh it and see what it actually weighs. So yeah, that's the other part. So it's basically what you'd find in a pet store that you'd buy for your dog, and that's in the Isan Inferno 350. And that's weighing in at 3.7 again, and then you've got your cap weighing in at 1.9. so there's not many layers there, it's just one big solid block, and that's probably why the ball's so hard. There's nothing absorbing the impact, it's just one big dense ball, and that's probably why that ball felt the hardest out of all the balls. Next up we've got the Raji Sports cricket ball. Again, you've got the cork in the centre, but this is a much finer cork in the centre. There's no big bits, it's a very fine cork centre, and then if you have a look, you've got the same construction with the string on the outside, and then you've got these layers again, with the string in between the layers. So the centre of the cork slightly different to the HS 5-star, but the construction is pretty much the same with the string. But as you can see, this one's come apart a little bit, and you've got more layers inside this cap here. So yeah, we'll probably struggle to pull that all out and actually weigh it individually, but that just gives you an idea of how that one's built up. So the centre, the cork centre is slightly finer, and it's a little bit different to the HS 5-star, and this one didn't feel quite as hard as the HS 5-star. Next up, we've got the Eclipse All Sports sample ball, and as you can see, you've got that cork in the centre, slightly bigger pieces of cork. As you can see, what it's made up, slightly bigger pieces than the Raji Sports cricket ball. But again, it's the same kind of construction with the string going across and the different layers of string in between the cork. So we'll try and weigh this and see what this is weighing in at. Again, that's the construction on the inside, and that's basically what it's made up of. So we'll just see what that weighs in at. So that's weighing in at 3.5, so a little bit lighter, and then the casing's weighing in at 2. So yeah, that's the Eclipse All Sports sample ball. And the interesting one for me is the Sovereign. We didn't cut open a brand new Sovereign cricket ball. We cut open an old one that we'd been using in practice. But basically the Sovereign cricket ball has got a similar construction to the Isan 350, but the big difference is the actual materials used in the cork. This is much lighter and it's a lot less dense, and it feels a lot lighter in the hands. So we'll just see what this actually weighs in at, and it'll give us an idea of what kind of construction we're looking at in terms of the density of this, because it feels a lot lighter. It don't feel as hard, to be honest, but there's nothing else inside there. You just got overlapping of these inserts, I guess, but we'll just see what this weighs in at. So as you can see, that's a lot lighter at 3.2, whereas the Isan 350 was 3.7, this is 3.2, so half an ounce lighter. So that probably is a reason why this one is not rock solid and really hard off the bat. It comes off a lot lighter and a lot less dense off the bat than the Isan 350 one. So we'll just weigh it. And the outer casing is 2.3 ounce. So the leather casing on the Sovereign cricket ball is heavier than the other cricket balls, but again, that might be because this is not a brand new cricket ball and it might have absorbed some moisture, so that might have a reason why it's heavier. But also it might be a thicker, better quality leather used, and also you've got those constructions on the inside, those little inserts, so that might have something to do why that casing's a little bit heavier. But overall the inside is a lot lighter than the Isan Inferno cricket ball, and that probably is the reason why it's not as dense and not as hard. So finally, this is the sample cricket ball that we got sent and we've been using in practice. So this one was the one that I was impressed with in practice because it wasn't hard off the bat. It felt really nice. The ball swung quite a lot. You could get the shine on it really well. It didn't fade or rub off. It didn't wear very quickly. The seam was good. The overall construction felt really good, and they seemed to keep its shape and it seemed to last through the nets, which was impressive. But the construction is pretty much the same as the other cricket balls that we've looked at. It's same as the HS and same as the other sample balls. The only difference that I can see, as you can see, you've got all those layers there in between the string, but what's different is this centre part. It feels, we couldn't actually cut right through it, the saw got stuck, but it feels very soft and it feels more like a rubber than a cork. It feels very soft, and it's probably why it came off the bat really nice. It didn't feel like it was hard or dense, and it was coming off really well, but unfortunately we haven't managed to cut this one open cleanly, so we haven't been able to have a look at the centre, but hopefully you can see there it's a much darker material and it's more like a rubber material rather than a cork. But yeah, that's interesting to note that it came off the bat the best out of all the balls. It felt the least dense out of all the cricket balls. So we'll see if we can try and pull all the cricket stuffing out and actually weigh it and see what this weighs in at, and see if it gives us an idea of how much it's weighing in at. So it's weighing in at 3.5, so it's lighter than the other Pakistani cricket balls in terms of the HS and the Isan, slightly lighter. But bearing in mind you've got all the string as well, and let's just weigh the casing. So you're getting the lightest casing as well at 1.8, but again this one's been used, it's been whacked around a bit, so that's maybe why it's a little bit lighter than the other balls. But yeah, this one impressed me probably the most out of all the cricket balls, but the construction is no different to the other ones in my opinion. It's no different. The only difference that I could see is the centre, which looks like more of a rubbery, softer centre. It's definitely very soft when you're touching it and very springy, so that's maybe the reason why it responded the best off the bat. So yeah, hopefully that gives you an insight into the different qualities of cricket balls and what makes a good cricket ball. And hopefully we'll carry on doing some of these cricket ball reviews. So if you're wanting to find out what's inside your cricket ball, you can email us at hanif@eclipseallsports.co.uk, and we'll be happy to cut open your cricket ball and find out exactly what's inside it. So we'd prefer it to be a ball that's still got the labelling in, so you've still got the branding on the cricket ball. It might be used, but as long as the branding's visible, so we can determine who's manufactured the ball, and then we'll be happy to chop it open and include your cricket ball in the next episode of the cricket ball series. And we'll try and do a comparison of all these different cricket balls and find out which cricket ball has the best construction in terms of durability, density, hardness, and which one actually performs the best in terms of the qualities that you're looking for in a cricket ball. You don't want a cricket ball that's very hard and dense that's going to break your bat. You want something that's going to come off the bat nicely and it's not going to do too much damage. So yeah, this is series 1 of the cricket ball deconstruction, we'll call it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Until next time, speak to you all then. Bye bye.